What's up, people? How are you doing this evening? You know what we talking about? The Flèche Wallonne and the Muir de the Muir, the more the Muir. Is it the more the Muir? The more the we, more the we. Muir de Huy, Muir de Huy, Muir de Huy. And I'm learning Dutch as well, so I don't understand what's the problem with Mr. Luby and his pronunciation. And I'm here actually learning Dutch. Alsjeblieft, you know? So, and if you speak Dutch, you know what that means. Please, thank you, whatever you know. But yeah, it's crazy. La Flèche Wallonne. The weather was just as horrible today as it was last year. I was at the race last year, but unlike last year, it didn't snow today. It didn't hail today. Last year, well, I don't know that because I was on top of the hill, so obviously the weather's going to be a little bit different up higher than it is down lower by the water. And last year the weather was horrible. I mean, I sat for 7 hours through some horrible, horrible weather. I mean, some horrible weather. But I made it through. I sat through. I actually enjoyed the day, and got it done. I got it done. So it was. It's an awesome. One thing about being at the races in Belgium, it's you there's nothing like it, man. There is nothing like it. The people are fantastic. The crazy thing is, at the top of the hill where the finish is, like right where the people stand on the. So if you're going towards the finish line, and then on the left, there's like a field and sitting and food and everything area. And Belgians like to drink. They like to drink, and the area is it's soil, so it gets pretty muddy. And towards the end of the day, sorry, get this out of my pocket. Towards the end of the day, some of the guys had one drink too many, and they were rolling in the mud fighting. They were rolling in the mud fighting. Now, like it was just two guys. The police were actually right there. You know, and I think it's sort of a thing where they sort of they're not going to no one else was getting involved. There weren't like 10 guys jumping one guy or anything. So the police just stood around and just watched them and let them sort it out. And then the police like, you done? All right, now you guess to step in that way, and you guess to step in that way. So they let them get their energy out, and then get on with it. So that was like the little scuffle I saw at the top of the climb of the Flèche Wallonne last year. Like these two guys rolling in the mud. They both drunk, but the crazy thing is everybody's having a good time. So anyway, let's get on with it today. Flèche Wallonne. Tade didn't do his regular thing because I guess he realized that the climb was hard enough that he would be able to take care of the business, and he did just that. Viv's Pop, how you doing? Hope, thank you. If you hit the like button, I appreciate it. And if you come in, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go over to my IG. Please go over to the IG. This is fun. Go over to the IG and like follow me on IG, please. I'm just trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, and then once I get there, it'll be good. But today, it feels like Tade knew like the Mew the Mew the more the you. Let me see. I am so rubbish. The more the we. The more the we is so hard that he really didn't have to attack from long range because it would have been a waste of energy. And then I think he realized he used so much energy at Amstel Go that he had to like sort of find a way to win today and sort of conserve energy at the same time. And I think he did that very well. He stayed within himself. He didn't, do too much. He just used the energy just needed just to win, and that's all he the more do we, and he did that. He was just significantly stronger than everybody else on that climb. I don't think there's Any person that probably would have went with him is Jonas Vingegaard. But the crazy thing is why Jonas won't do these races. Jonas could get so much, uh, just like it's just crazy that And I'm not, what type of contract does that man have with with um with Visma? Where the man just, you don't see him, you don't hear him, nothing. It's just the Tour de France, and that's it. That's going to be his whole life, the Tour de France. That is, like, if you want to complain about somebody, I'm going to complain about that. I mean, the man is doing no other racing. No other racing. And as far as I'm concerned, that sucks. That sucks. And as a fan, that truly, truly sucks, because I would like to see the man out there racing more. And I'm pretty sure the fans would like to see him racing more as well, too. So, but anyway, like I was saying, I think that Jonas Vingegaard is probably the only person that could have, like, stayed with Tadej Pogacar, or went wheel, paddle stroke for paddle stroke over the Muir de Huy, the Muir de Huy, the Muir de Huy, the Muir de Huy. Why am I having so much trouble saying that? I'm having trouble saying La Flèche Wallonne and Muir de Huy. So I think, like Jonas, honestly, is probably the only person that would have been able to go toe to toe with Tadej over that climb. But he's not doing any of the races, so doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, because the man's not doing any of the races, which is weird. So I'm pretty sure you would like, more people would like to see Jonas Vingegaard doing, like, at least like the Ardens, like Liège, Bastogne Liège. There's no cobbles in it. It's just like through the country hills and stuff. It's a tough race. It's a climbing race. How come Jonas is not at that race? Come on, man. Anyway, so uh, today was an amazing performance by Tadej Pogacar on that last climb. When he went, it was just nobody. But then you had Kevin Venkelen, who was able to finish in second place, and then you had Thomas Pidcock, who I actually picked to finish in the top 5, but didn't realize I picked him. And then it's just, yeah, cool to see Pidcock up there doing things. I think Pidcock's gonna, this season is going to be his breakout season, and I think next season Pidcock is where Pidcock is really gonna do well. So it's just building, and there's so many other people coming behind. And then who else we had? We had Puck Pieterse. Ooh, Puck Pieterse. I wish I had the applause noise for Puck Pieterse, because this is her first major pro win. So she's won lots of races in cyclocross, mountain bike champion, world champion, and on the, so Puck Pieterse today, and Fanex worked hard to get her to the front so that she could take care of the business, and she did. But going up that climb, that last climb, the way Park rides, her style is laborious. So it looks like she's really struggling, and she's really in trouble. So I was thinking, like, oh my goodness, Park looks like, she's really, working hard to get over that climb. But she actually wasn't. She was just biding her time, and she said she listened to her sports director, and her sports director said, do not go until 150 meters to go, because if you go before 150 meters to go, it is too soon. And she waited, and she did well, and she got the win. So she waited to 150 to go. Demi Vollering was the only rider in front of her, and when so Demi sort of, I think at about 160 to go, Demi went, but then so Park just had to follow, because you can't let that gap open up, because on a climb that hard, it'll be just too much to close. So she went as well, and then they started to go, and then Park got to her wheel, like, because when Demi went, she sort of opened up a little gap, maybe about a half a bike. Then when Park got back to her wheel, then Park just put down, dropped the hammer and just went on by, and just won the stage. And it was amazing to see Park Pieterse get her first win going over the Muir de Huy. And that was crazy. And the weather today was horrendous. But luckily for the ladies, towards the end of the race, the rain stopped. But the men had to deal with the rain the whole way, and it's just not nice. Like I said, last year when I was there, actually, where I was sitting on, I was on top of the Muir de Huy, and it actually snowed. It snowed, and because you're on top of that big hill, you could see everything. You could see the lightning in the, through the countryside, like hitting different spots on the countryside. And then it was also hailing. So it was, and I had my little umbrella, and I was like cuddled, under a bunch of trees, and just like, under my umbrella, my waterproofs on, and just sitting there, just trying to stay warm and stuff, just waiting for the riders to come over the climb. So, but if you go to my Instagram, you can see my flashback photo, my flashback video of the last year, like of the winners, and also you can see, sorry, you can see the footage from today's race as well. So it was a really good race today, really good race. The men's race and the ladies' race. I was really disappointed in Remco. And I thought Remco would just be there. I thought Remco would be, I think everybody thought Remco was going to be the main protagonist. And then the other person that people were touting was Thibaut Nice. And because Thibaut Nice has a serious kick, because he showed that in an earlier stage race where he just destroyed everybody on the climb. Thibaut Nice has got like a nasty kick, going over those power climbs. How are you? What do you think about Pogacar? Mathis, I don't know if you're still there, but I think Pogacar is amazing. He rode so smart today. Because he realized he has Liège with Stan Liège, and he burnt quite a few matches on Sunday, and he was like, there's no need to attack, there's no need to go off, on these long tangents because you're just going too deep, you're riding too hard, too long. So, and I think that Poggy was wise to that, and then he let his team do what it needed to do, and I think he just expanded the energy that he needed. So he didn't do more than he needed, which was waited until the Muir de Huy, and then he did his attack, and there was no one able to stay with him, and then his attack was so strong because he hadn't done that long breakaway, so he had so much more to give. So I just think that. Like that was a really smart move by Pogacar, and it was unfortunate that he didn't win on Sunday because it would have been nice to see him get the triple crown of the Ardennes. That's the Amstel Gold, the Flèche Wallonne, and then Liège-Bastogne-Liège. So and then so that's gonna be another big miss because I was right there on the line. I mean, like if you go to my YouTube videos from last year, you'll see where I was standing. I literally standing right on the finish line, and like Poggy rode straight towards me almost. So I got the perfect picture, and he was celebrating coming across the line last year. So Liège-Bastogne-Liège is on Sunday. So I think the way Poggy is riding, and I just think he's just gonna. I don't know what Jonas is doing, but whatever Jonas is doing, it's not gonna be enough because the work that Poggy's doing, because he said when he did Roubaix, he saw power numbers he had never seen before. I don't care what Jonas is doing, you can't replicate that. So what Poggy is doing right now, he's putting his body in another place. He's just when you stress the body like that, and then you're gonna like the whole month of May, I believe it is, when the Giro is. So he's probably just going to be training and stuff. So like recovering and resting. So all of that, the fact of all of that intense training, his body's going to, get a chance to recover, recoup, and then he's going to deliver it in the Tour de France. I don't care what Jonas is doing. He's not going to be able to touch that. No one's going to be able to touch it. It's just stupid crazy to me to think that Jonas Vingegaard and the Visma Lisa bike team it's not letting the man race or anything or do more races like so he could get himself in better shape. I'm pretty sure he's healed by now from whatever the accident was. I don't know that. I'm making a speculation, but I just think it's crazy that Jonas is not out here racing and getting in that real, the live the live the live intensity. You need that, and I just don't get why. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. But Poggy is I think he's smart. He's really smart. He rode brilliant today. He rode smart today. He didn't use more. He didn't burn any more matches than he needed to. So that means now he has Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to do like to do recovery rides, relax, good massage, deep massage, stretch, and just make sure that he's on point. Remember, hit the like button, people. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I beg you. So he's got 3 days to recover, and then it's going to be a similar thing at Liège. And I think he's going to be a bit more patient at Liège as well. So because he won with a bit of a breakaway last year, so he came in on his own. And then I think what was his name? Not Richard. I was gonna say Richard, but right. Um, his name was on the tip of my tongue. The French boy rates for Picnic Postinel, and he came in second, and then Van der Poel won the sprint for third place. But I just think the Liège might be a little bit more competitive. They might be together a little longer. This is a race where Remco could ride with Pogacar a little bit longer. But I think in the end, I think like the strength of Pogacar will prevail. The other thing like that Remco has the same issue I think as Jonas had last year. He's gotten fit, he's stayed strong. So he's obviously showed that when he came in with his fitness. But the thing is like Remco doesn't have the depth that Pogacar has. So he came into Brabantspil and he was really strong. So that it's like a quick charge battery. When you do a quick charge battery, it gives you an explosive, it gives you the power that you need and an explosive burst. And then, but that power and that energy is quickly drained because it comes so fast. It's not like a long charge battery where you charge a battery for a long time and then it lasts, the charge lasts a long time. So when you bring in a quick charge, that's what I see with Remco, and that's what I saw with Jonas last year. They had that quick charge type of training effect. So you saw when Jonas started the tour last year. Sorry, I'm going all over the place. When Jonas started the tour last year, he started off strong, but then as it got, into the tour and towards the end, then he started to level off and sort of almost fade. So he was staying close, like it was like seconds, and then the gap went from seconds to almost 10 minutes. That's what Tade beat Jonas by. So that's what I mean. I would say it was quick charge. So I think that Remco showed that today. He was obviously good for Brabantspil, and he was obviously good for Amstel. And I don't think he's going to be as sharp because he just was like, we've seen Remco on climbs like this, and when Remco is in form, Remco would have been able to at least go up more than half the climb with Pogacar. Even if he would not have beat him, he would have been a clear second over everyone else. But he didn't have that. He was behind Pitcock. He was behind Ben Healy. He wasn't close. He just didn't have it. He just wasn't there, and it was just like, phew, that says a lot. So we're gonna see on Sunday when they ride the Liège Bastogne Liège, or as my Belgians say, Lac Bastonique Lac. So yeah, and it's all of my videos are on YouTube last year. If you want to see the footage and stuff from last year, and they see the Bora guy singing Bora Bora, Bora Bora, Bora Bora. Yeah. So yeah. So alsjeblieft. That's the one word I can remember. Alsjeblieft. I know some of my numbers is N 2 3 4 5 6 7. It's not Zevin. It's Zeven. I think. Act. Negen. 10. F. 12. Is it 3 13? Anyway, I'm learning my numbers. I'm learning Dutch because hopefully next year I will be back in Belgium and I'll be able to be at the races, and I'm actually getting my cybersecurity, getting trained up in cybersecurity. So because I know that's a transferable skill, then I could go over to Belgium and get a job in cybersecurity, so I could support myself there in cybersecurity. Because the bike shop thing is old now, and it's time to move on to something, and do something like adult. So we should be in Belgium next year and doing the full thing, and just really, really, really doing the full thing, and I'm taking care of business. So, and the last thing we're gonna have a look at really quickly is the Tour de Alps. And Marco Frigo, his first pro win. How long has he been racing? Let's see how long Marco Frigo has been racing. This is his first pro win, and let's see how old he is as well. Marco Frigo, he rides for Isidore Premier Attack. And the crazy thing, the other thing that most people don't know, is Chris Froome is doing this race. So they talk about the race and you know, when the riders at the front, like you never hear them mention Chris Froome because he's never near the front. It's like he's just going automatically. So how old is he? He's born on the 2nd of March in 2000. He's 25 years old. He's a year older than my daughter. That is crazy. That could be my son. He's 25 years old. He's from Italy. And today was his first pro win. He's been second at the Volta a España, third at the Giro d'Italia, 3 stages in the Giro d'Italia, he's third. So apparently he's always a man that's in the breakaways, and he's always come close. And he's been at Israel Premier Attack for 4 years, and he was at the Academy for 2 years. 1 year. Yeah, so I guess it was SCG Racing Academy before it became Israel Cycling Academy. So he's always been with Israel Premier Attack since 2019. So he won his. So basically, he from about 70 kilometers out, he went on the big climb, one of the big climbs, and they had talked about it earlier that we could go from 70K, and he got in a group, and then when he got with the group, he sort of got away from the group, and then he rode a brilliant race today. He rode a brilliant ride today, and he was able to stay away and win the stage. But the crazy thing, he had a teammate that was trying to bridge up to him on the last climb, and then the teammate doing that, the teammate almost brought the group back to him. So if the group would have came back, that would have just killed everything, and that would have sucked. And he probably would have got out sprinted for the finish. But he won the stage. He was not up far enough in GC to threaten the GC, and so he just got the stage win. And Michael Storter stays in the GC. So Michael Storter stays in GC. He won the stage yesterday, and he will still leads by 41 seconds. And then we have 2 more big days of climbing in the Tour de Alps. So Michael Storter rides for Tour de Rose. So, and it's just good to see, so I got to meet him. He's a really cool guy, and it's just good to see him doing good. I think that's all I have for today, because we have the age best on the age. I don't have any picks prepared for that. So let's put about a picture of Michael Storter there. And like I said, yeah, amazing ride by TADEJ POGACAR today. Just so happy for Puck Pieterse winning her first major pro race and stuff. And this has been a huge story as well. So it's the UCI have fined Giulio Ciccone for throwing his sunglasses as celebration. It's something he's always done. He hasn't won a race in about a year or two, so he hasn't done it for a while. So they fined him, and they deducted 15 points from 15 of his UCI points, which is, here's the thing, just be logical. So if you're gonna fine somebody for throwing glasses which weigh next to nothing, but you can still throw a water bottle. You can still throw a water bottle. Now, a full water bottle can do some damage. Like Matthew Van Der Poel said, that person that threw the water bottle at him at Paris-Roubaix, it hit him in the face. And he said it was a full water bottle, and if it had caught him right, it could have broke his nose. So you can throw a water bottle, and sometimes the guys throw the water bottles into the crowds. They could go anywhere. I'm pretty sure there's been people that's been hit by water bottles, but because people want them for souvenirs, so they probably don't care if they get it. But pair of sunglasses, man. I'm just like, it just like, you know, where does it stop? Where do you woosah, woosah, woosah. UCI. Woosah, woosah. Oh my goodness, my goodness. I don't know, man, I don't know. But all you can do is just like, yeah, but Tade, like this all you can do is like what Tade is doing. Is, I don't know. So, but anyway, I'm going to call it a night because it's getting almost 10 p.m. my time. I should have done this a whole lot earlier. I'm going to try to be earlier tomorrow because it's stage 4. And stage 4 of the Tour de Alps looks like, let's see how much, Tour de Alps stage, don't think, no, I haven't made my picks. So stage 4 is, it's not saying that, okay. Start time, to the teams. So there's, is that, so there's a long climb that's not categorized in the beginning, but then there's a couple climbs between two categorized climbs. So you got a category 2 and then finishes on a category 3. So it might be a day for the breakaway. Let's see who we're gonna pick. It's gonna be hard to pick tomorrow. So I usually just pick the favorites, and I don't really know who any of the other riders are. That's crazy. Who should you pick? I have no idea who to pick. I have no idea who to pick for tomorrow. I'll get up because I get up pretty early and it's getting late. I should be in bed. No, I should be in bed right now. But anyway, it still looks like a lot of climbing tomorrow. You know, you got 3 climbs that are uncategorized, and the climbs that are uncategorized are higher than the climbs that are categorized. So that part. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow. It's definitely bedtime. I'll make my picks in the morning. But well done to TADEJ Pogacar. Well done to Puck Pieterse. Well done to Marco Frigo of our Digital Premier Attack. All today's winners. Anyways, in the Slooby, Sandwich Legs Media, appreciate you for tuning in. I'm going to be out. Remember to hit the like button. If you haven't, please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Go to my Instagram. Please go to my Instagram and follow me on Instagram if you haven't. But in the Slooby, Sandwich Legs Media. And we'll be back to bring you a recap of stage 4 of the Tour de Alps.